The African Continental Free Trade Area is an integration of African countries, 55 of them coming together to open borders and boost intra-African trade. The Continental Free Trade will enable the free flow of goods, services, people, capital and all sorts of investment.
We need to give and take. Without give and take, you cannot manage regional integration. You win something, you lose something. So to harmonize these laws, apart from sitting at a table and agreeing to do the harmonization, the implementation of the harmonization must be, I need to move from here and go and defend a client in Kenyan courts. I need to come from Kenya and open up a clinic here and operate. All right. So harmonization of laws will take both the political will, writing of the papers that are harmonized, but also the will to be able to enforce those to be realized. And it's not a simple task.
The free trade area is an enormous responsibility that began 5 decades ago. Currently, African trade stands at 16% and at the global level, a dismal 2% of the entire global trade.
So you can imagine. So we now need to produce. We need to produce to be able to sell. We need to work on certification. We need to work on standards, because you're not going to sell poor quality standards commodities across.
We expect the African Continental Free Trade Area to provide Uganda with meaningful market access, especially in West Africa. We are focusing on West Africa, particularly in the sectors of cereals, dairy, products, coffee, tea, products of the milling industry, vegetables, plastics, beef, among others.
Experts argue that intra-African trade boom that comes into force in 2020 will benefit those who are prepared. A well-trained and dedicated manpower is also necessary in driving the whole integration process.
In Europe, they have what we call Eurocrats, individuals who are trained, who think, who plan for the European Union. They don't think Britain, they don't think German, they don't think French. They think, do we have Afrocrats? People, do we have an institution in Africa that will train people to think? So we need that money power element.
It is estimated that only 15% of African exports go to other African countries compared to intra-trade levels in Asia, which stands at 58%, and Europe at 68%. The African Continental Free Trade Area projects to facilitate $2.6 trillion of collective GDP, $1.6 trillion Africa's consumer spending, and 128 million African households' discretionary income, all in 2020. It also projects a total working population of 1.1 billion by 2040 and 50% of Africans living in cities by 2030. Dennis Igor for UBC News.